Um, I hate this game. He didn't card skip on purpose. Yep, sometimes it's just how it goes. Alright, we got Maya Babu on purple for Team Greece. Then we have Mazi on pink for Team Denmark. Then we have Roberto Lowe's on blue for Southeastern Europe. Then we have Corey Gupta on red for Team Norway. And then, who do we have for Germany 1? I guess we don't know who's playing for Germany 1, but Germany 1 does have a player in here. Oh, actually, I think Silent. I think Jonah is playing for Jonah's playing for Germany 1. So Silent Legend, aka Jonah, playing for Germany 1 on Team Yellow. Silent Legend was the alternate for Germany 1, which when your alternate is Silent Legend, that just tells you how stiff the competition was in the Germany qualifiers. So cool that Silent gets an opportunity to participate in the World Cup with this game here. This is going to play out a bit differently from the game that we just saw from Group 2, because Group 2 was a 6-player game, and here we have a 5-player game. So I think this game may have less bounties, and will likely have an earlier 70 run. Less troops on the board blocking it up, so the board should be a bit more open. Alright, so I will be back in just a moment while the players are wrapping up their first turns. Alright, I was a bit hungry, so I grabbed some food. I think I wouldn't have had the 70 after the black kill, but I'll watch back. Yeah, I don't think you did either. You may have had an opportunity when you had that set on 3 red Alito in like the 4th sequence, but it still would have been very tight, because the board was still really closed off and blocked. The board was so clogged I kept trying to find a kill. Yeah, that board was locked down. 70 runs were locked down, and players were very well kill guarded from each other. It was a very interesting and dynamic game 1. Probably the most complicated game 1 I've seen. And as you know, Libra, I've done a lot of practice, so I've seen a few versions of this play out. Alright, so purple has the +3. For Maya Babu has the +3 on the west side of the board for Greece. Then we have Mazi for Denmark has the +2 on the east side of the board. Ooh, it looks like Greece is going to pick up another bonus for a total of +5. That Celtic Tribes bonus up at the top left there is only worth +1. Roberto Lowe's for Southeastern Europe, for the Southeastern Europe team, picked up the +4 on their first turn. And it looks like Corey for Norway picked up the +5 on their first turn. And Silent Legend was only able to pick up a +2 on his first turn. Has lines for a +3. Also kind of has lines for the +7 in the middle of the board if you really wanted to try it. Does Mazi go for the +4 here? Just needs to win a 5v2. Yeah, you blocked the kill on blue. That was my best option for a kill. How many wins for top 18 again? It's points. It's the 18 teams that have the most points. Top 18 in points. So 50 points or more most likely. Yeah, okay, but how many points? Yeah, 50 is a good estimate. Yeah, it's tough to know how many until after everyone's played, but you know, to your point, by then it's too late. So it looks like Southeastern Europe is trying to take a second bonus himself. Trying to hold +8's a bit greedy. But he does roll out his 2 for Mozzie. Mozzie's going to be on +6 next turn. Corey appears content with the +5. Silent, I doubt, is content with his +2. I'm going to pick up a +3 here to max the +5 that purple and red are on. Also puts his 3 on the high traffic territory there on the eastern side of the board. It's very unlikely that a 70 run won't include that territory that yellow's 3 is sitting on the east side of the board there, all the way to the east. And then Silent also has a nice kill guard on Norway, on red's 1 over in Sardinia, I think is the southern island. Alright, Mozzie picks up the bonus. Does he reciprocate for blue? Looks like he is reciprocating and enabling blue. This is going to put Southeastern Europe on +8. Doubtful that he'll be allowed to hold +8. But you love to see it when they try it. Alright. Yeah, if Southeastern Europe, if Roberto's allowed to hold +8, the edge is probably in their favor to win this. And then Silent, with his kill guards and his blocking, is also in a good spot, good position here. let's let's do some spying right quick. See who's got a VC. So Mozzie is getting some help from Little Banana Juice in Team Denmark, and Roberto is getting some help from Zareki for Team Southeastern Europe. Silent, Maya, and Corey are not getting any help from their respective teams in VC. So Southeastern Europe taking a huge risk here. Aside from their 2 exterior, their only positions are the +8 they're sitting on. And they expended most of their troops bagging both of those and got knocked out elsewhere. So if they're not allowed to hold +8 to recover, they're actually kind of in trouble. So I think the +8's probably warranted for a turn or two in their case. Though maybe not indefinitely. Mozzie's certainly not complaining about his +6. Gonna beef up the portal. So red and purple are on the least amount of generation being on, and Silent are on the least amount of generation being on +5. Then Mozzie on +6, and then Roberto on +8. Yeah. Puts most of his troops on that exterior stack on the east side of the board. Puts pretty much the other troops on his portal. His big 15 stack portal. Yep, the +8 double bonus for Southeastern Europe is nice. Yeah, it is. It's definitely different. I think this will end quicker though because there's less people blocking the board. Um, but I also don't think we'll see as many kills just because the sets are going to be a little smaller than the six-player version of this game. I think we see one kill max. We'll probably see the 70 run when there's four people left. So Greece decides to set early with their four trade. Definitely an interesting choice, but it probably doesn't make too much of a difference. It was unlikely that anyone else was setting early. Yeah, everyone else seems plenty comfortable going to five cards, which makes sense for the first round of trades. That's right. 70% of the board on the Roman Empire Advanced map is 44 territories. So that's how many territories you need to claim the 15 points in the W for game one. That's all but 18 of the 62 territories on the Roman Empire Advanced map. All right, so now we're going to see the rest of the trades come out. We'll see the 6, 8, 10, and 12. We won't see the 15 trade in this sequence because there's only 5 players this time around. Roberto has now caught up to Mozzie and is past Red. And Silent is pulling ahead here with his big trade. Yeah, I think this gets run in the second sequence. If I gotta say, if Silent has a set on 3, seeing as how he's on 80 troops, I think he's got a decent shot at it. How does he have so many troops? He went last, was smacked out of bonuses the least, and got his bonuses the quickest. All right. Does anyone have a set on 3? Next set's worth 15. So actually, the 15 trade probably isn't quite enough to put you over the top. into a 70. And this board is decently well blocked up. The African coastline has 10 stacks on it. Silent has that 15 stacked on the east side. And then Silent also has a 15 in Italia. Roberto going for the minefield strat on 70%. Hey, if you're gonna run it, run through someone else's bonus, not mine, because I got a bunch of 4s in it. Silent in a very nice spot here. The only downside about Silent's position is because he goes last, he'll have the last crack at the 70 run if someone happens to run it before him. But the huge upside is his position and his troop count. If he does get the chance to run it, he will probably be successful. Yep. Yeah, yellow's 10 in the south, goes west and up through France and up through Greece's territory in Spain. You get 4 territories there. The 12 has all kinds of access, can go down, get the 7 and the 1, can go to the right, pick up 3 territories that way. The 4 can pick up a couple, the 2 can pick up a couple, the 20 can pick up a few. Yeah, pretty well open for yellow. Yeah, Greece is not guarding his back door. That's 4 free territories for yellow. And yellow's currently on 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, if my count's right. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, yellow's on 15 territories. So they just need 29 more. Could yellow trade and run it? Maybe. 29 more territories for yellow. There's 4 in purple's bonus. So that leaves you 25. Then there's 3 in pink's bonus. That leaves you 22. The 4 can pick up Crete as well as those other 2 turkey spots. So that puts you down at 19. The 2 can run north and pick up 3. That leaves you 16 left. The 20 can pick up the 4, the 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That just leaves you 9 left. Yeah, Ooh. Roberto sees that Silent is in danger, or close to being able to run it, breaks both of his bonuses to stop him. A very aggressive play from Roberto there, saying, I'm not just going to let you win. And interestingly, fortifies out of the weaker bonus. But leaves his 3 in the bigger bonus. Yeah, he would have to hit the Roberto mines to attempt it. He needs to hit like 5. He needs to hit like 6 or 7 Roberto mines. But yeah, with that break, that certainly sets him back. Loses 3 retaking, hitting the 3, which is exactly what Roberto was trying to do, was even the playing field out. Silent isn't going to let that go unanswered, though. Breaks in response, doesn't retake the other bonus. So Silent going to finish the game with a +3. Yeah, I think that was well played from Southeastern Europe. Somebody had to do it. And Roberto was the player best positioned to take the retaliatory hit, seeing as how he's been on +8 most of the game. He's happily going to trade +4 of his +8 generation, just to make sure Silent isn't guaranteed the win. All right, Maya Babu for Greece, setting in for the 15. Getting a little bit of lag here from from Roberto, but it was on a rather uneventful turn. Ooh, Roberto has no set on 4 with a wild card as the 5th card. You hate to see it. Mozzie taking the 20 trade for Denmark. Trade's not really big enough to kill anybody. Can't get to Red's 7 or the 3 and the 1. Red very well kill guarded by yellow. So has to give up the wild card to set in here for the 25. Gonna use the horses to get the +2. Can Roberto take any kills here? I don't think he can. Silence a bit too strong. And Roberto doesn't have a good way to get to the 10 in the bottom left. The run must be possible by nearly everyone. Yeah. Gonna beef up his mines, making them 7s. Retakes the second bonus. No set on 3. Corey gets the 30 trade for Norway. Has a big 60 stack. Not going to try to run it yet. $35 trade for Silent. Does he have it here? Did Roberto do enough to slow him down? We do see the run attempt come out here from Silent. Going to run through Greece's bonus for those 3 territories over there. Going to pick up the 3 over on the right-hand side. Has about 20 to go. Doesn't get the best dice there on that 3, but that's all it needed to pick up. Going to loop around there with the 4 to pick up those territories. Pathing through the portal into Pink's other bonus. Going to remove the kill guard on red there. And keeping his pathing lines open. 7's going to go into the 3. Slam the other 3 to see if he can get that one. 8 wins on the 3. Silence on 53% of the board. Going to back up, hit the 2. Does he need the 8 as well? 62% of the board. Loses 9. Still needs 2 more territories. Missed path that last stack there. Slams Roberto in frustration. Had he gone the other way, had he just sent 4 territories down to pick up Italy, he would have gotten the last 2 he needed up at the top of that 20 stack. Purple trying to go after the blue kill that Silent has basically fed here. Roberto tempted to just leave the game. I don't necessarily blame him. But Maya has failed to pick up this blue kill. Has just further fed blue. Yeah, Silent missed the split. He had a clean 70 run there had he gotten that split correct. So, Purple too busy going after the blue kill to hit any of Yellow. Yellow's still on 62% of the board. Mozzie going to set on 3. This is Denmark's opportunity. There are 2 kills on the board, and the board is wide open. So this could be a 21-point game here for Denmark. Denmark doesn't seem interested in guaranteeing the purple kill, though. Much more interested in bagging the 70%. But remember, any kills you pick up on the turn you win the game are worth 3 points. Is he going to skip blue? Looks like he's skipping blue's last territory. We know that Southeastern Europe doesn't have the set. Still has the 70 run here, just needs to move a little bit quicker. Did not need to split 14 there. That's way too many to split. But doesn't matter, still has plenty of troops to run this. And there we go. Mozzie for Team Denmark leaves 6 points up, on the table, but picks up 15 with a successful 70% run here in Game 1.